In Vietnam, yes, we have about 30 university colleges, but very few of them have a master degree program and PhD degree program. And the point is that if you study a bachelor degree, if you get bachelor degree, master degree, and PhD degree, so your degree is not recognized outside Vietnam. When you come to Australia to work, to US and Canada, so your degree is not recognized. So you cannot, let's say if you have a bachelor degree in Vietnam, if you want to go further to get a master degree from foreign university, the foreign university does not recognize your degree. That's the problem here. So if they look at the long-term future, so they have to send their son, their daughter to Canada or the state, Australia, if they want their children to get a master degree or PhD degree. Yeah, that's it. In order to understand the trend in the market, you would understand that some necessary information. What the student need, what the parent needs when they choose the school, when they decide to come to that school, not other school, they decide to come to Canada. Okay. So let's say this is the pie chart. I break down. This is the source from Vietnam Ministry of Education and Training, Vietnam, 2009. So the biggest, the thing that most people interested in is the scholarship. When they work to the foreign university college, it can be a full scholarship, it can be the partial scholarship, it can be, it's like 5%, 7%, no problem. So they look into that, so because that will help them to reduce the fee investment. The second thing is they look at the 20%. Also the second bigger part is consulting, advice. In Vietnam now, they lack information from school, from university, and from college in Canada. So, and many agents in Vietnam, they also lack information. So when the parents ask more questions, they don't know how to, they cannot answer all the questions. So they need consultant about, about the program here, about the lack of university college here, and how to get things done, how the children to study in Canada. So even though many schools, they have an agent in Vietnam, but the agent do not have enough information. So they need consulting, they need advice from school. Other part is the seminar, they need to have more seminar about the school and forum tuition experience. Okay, for the financial proving, for financial, in it's very straight point that Vietnam is still behind, a lot behind compared to Canada. But in Vietnam, there's a lot of wealthy people. They have enough money for the children to go out here to study. For them, financial it's not a big problem. Okay, so if they cannot get a scholarship, they will need to pay money. Yeah. In Vietnam, we have a lot of people from middle upper class and upper class, especially people working for the government. They're very wealthy people. Okay. Yeah. Next slide, please. By the way, so I'm gonna let you know some difficulty, some barrier for the student before they come to Vietnam and after they come to Vietnam, so that you understand and do some more like public service. In Vietnamese students, as you know, that the culture of Vietnam and Canada is very different. It's totally different. For the students before they come to Canada, they also have difficulty like, as I told you before, they lack school information. Okay, so let's say that if they want to study at the BCAT, for example, so they go on the website, they search for information, but they need to ask many questions like face to face, like consulting. So it's a big lack of information in Vietnam. So this year, I think you please jump to this point. Okay. As I told you before, that in Vietnam we have about 100 agent companies in Vietnam, but none of them knows about the school here. Okay, so in order for the agent to understand about the school here, your service, you should give them some orientation, some training, or you should send your people to work with them for a couple months first. Okay, to make sure that they learn something from you. And after you leave Vietnam, they know, what to talk to your student. They know something about your school, about your services, about your program, things like that. There's also the issue of visa. I told you, Vietnam, many students, they come from a business family, not like Canada. In Canada, everything you go to a bank, the CIA know everything about your transaction. So at that year end, you declare your tax, right, income tax. So everything must be received. In Vietnam, a lot of things in cash. When you get cash, you don't receive receipt, because if you receive receipt, you have to pay tax to the government called VAT.